Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Daily Dose of Good News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Senator Joseph Thomas Sr. joined me on Wednesday, October the 29th, when we broke the Guinness World Record for most TV interviews in 12 hours. He and his wife, Elizabeth Thomas, were there to be able to show their support, but they also end up being interviewed by me as part of that day. Today, you guys get to enjoy that interview with Senator Joseph Thomas Sr. So again, I appreciate you. If you guys are watching us on the continual show, I just also interviewed Mrs. Elizabeth Thomas as well. So I'm excited to welcome Senator Thomas with us as well. You are one of those people who I really admire because you see opportunities when other people do not. What has helped you, do you think, whether we're talking about Yazoo City or Yazoo County, what has it been like for you to be able to see opportunities even when others may not see it there?
That's a good question, Sarah. Years ago, when I was relatively young, when I was 22 years old, I had just graduated from Jackson State University. And I saw, wanted to get into a career. I had an opportunity. I didn't have the opportunity, but I said I would make an opportunity to get into the banking career. I had a degree in business administration from Jackson State University, but it wasn't any opportunities for a black, a minority, to work at a bank. So I pursued that, and after 5 or 6 months, I was employed at a bank in Yazoo City, and I became the first black loan officer in the state of Mississippi. That was back in the 70s. So I saw that as an opportunity, and I wanted to be a light, and for others.
Yeah. That leads me to my second question then, Senator, because I think a lot of times when we think about history, one thing I've learned in doing my show over the years is that not all history finds itself in books, right? What has it been like for you to think about the history that you've been able to make?
Well, it's a lot of excitement, and it's a lot of, look back at the opportunities I had to help others. It's all about what you do for Christ, will last. That's one of my sayings. But at the bank, being the first black to work at a bank, I got a chance to really allow others to see me and how I could help my community as far as being the first black. First black teller, first black lender, first black vice president of a bank. But we were able to not only help our customers, but small businesses get started, minority small businesses. So we were real excited about that.
I love that. Your wife, when I was speaking to her earlier, Senator, she brought up about you all being a family of servants, right? She's in the public. Your son, Joseph Thomas Jr. as well. You yourself. What has that been like for you to be able to show people what's possible when it comes to working together and achieving things together?
It's exciting, but you had to go back and look at the history too, how we got to where we are, and I mentioned about the banking and all of that, but helping others along the way. And I think my wife and my children, they saw me and they thought it was real easy getting out there. Now, I've been in politics for 50-some years, but I was behind the scene. Robert Clark was the first black to serve in the Mississippi legislature. Somewhere in the 80s, he wanted to be the first black congressman from the state of Mississippi. So I done his FEC filings, reports, and all of that. He didn't make it after 2 tries. Later on, Congressman Mike Espy, he wanted to serve in Congress. So I was able to be his treasurer. I done his FEC filings and reports. I helped him for 18 months, didn't charge him a dime. I was working at the bank at that time, Deposit Guarantee. That was the name of the bank here in Mississippi, here in Jackson. So they saw me being involved, and I would always bring them along, and they would help me do what we had to do to help especially minorities get elected. So they saw our efforts, and I think it kind of rubbed off on them. First with my wife, she ran for Alderwoman, she won, and my son later on, he ran for supervisor. and he's now the president of the Board of Supervisors in Yazoo City.
Yeah, yeah, it really does show, for one thing, the power of servants, but also what you can do together. The fourth question I have for you, Senator, is about not having regrets. So many times people will say what they wish they had done. How important has it been for you not to live your life with regrets?
Well, I don't live my life with regrets in that sense, but I always think maybe I could have done things a little better, or I could have helped more people. I've done my best, but sometimes you even question yourself. Did you do a little extra?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I try to do, a little extra, go above the call.
Mm-hmm.
And we all can do better. And that's why part of our prayers that ask the Lord to help us be better servants. You heard my wife for 52 years, she was talking about service. And that's what we try to do, is serve our people.
Exactly. That leads us to the fifth question then. And this is one that you're in a unique position to talk about. And that is the change you've seen in Mississippi. What has that been like for you in the past 50 years to see that change that's happened?
Well, I went to a segregated school, and during that time, I said, schools have been integrated since then. In some cases, we're back where we started, though. The schools was integrated, now they, segregated again. But I've seen some positive things. I've seen with my life being a loan officer, being a vice president of a bank, or being the first senator that represent my district, minority senator. I've seen that. I've seen a lot of changes. I guess where you kind of lead into the changes. We still have a long ways to go. A lot of work. Look like a lot of the things that we work for has been trying to be taken away. A lot of opportunities have been taken away.
Well, I want to ask you, in wrapping up your bonus question, Senator, again, thank you so much. And for those of you watching this interview by itself, you wouldn't know it, but Senator Thomas and he was not on the schedule to be interviewed today, but I was so glad he came to support the event. And also, when I said, does anyone want to be interviewed? He stood up and said, yes, I want to be interviewed. No, that's not the way it happened, okay? But that's the story I'm going to tell. So the bonus question I have is about the station that I've been with now for 10 years, WYAD. What has it been like for you to see the community of support? The station just celebrated 11 years. I celebrated 10 years this September with the station. What has it been like for you to see the support from the community?
It's been great. It's been great. We thank you. You've been a vital part. We couldn't be where we are today if it had not been for your service, and we appreciate that.
Well,
but as far as the community, we had a need to communicate, and we wanted a community station so we could provide information towards education, sharing information on education, parenting, fostering home ownership, and we want some good gospel music. And so basically we've done those things, and we appreciate it.
Well, I'll tell you, it's been amazing for me to see the growth myself, Mr. Thomas, and I appreciate your kind words, but I want to say, I have really benefited from the station myself because it's brought me closer to the community there in Yazoo City, which I appreciate. And I've been there more now to Yazoo City than I've ever been in my life, thanks to the station. I know I need to get there more, and I'm working on that. But thank you so much for spending this time with us. Really appreciate it. Everyone, let's give Senator Thomas a hand, please.
What a great conversation. And Senator Thomas is someone that definitely has a love for Yazoo City, Yazoo County, but also for the state of Mississippi and history. You can tell he is blazing a amazing trail, showing other people what's possible. It's a great reminder for us. And as he said, there's more work to do, which shows that all of us have a role to play. We thank you all so much for being a part of Daily Dose of Good News today. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.